So the SGX is indicating a start at 17,466, 150 odd points higher. Is looking bright and green, which is the way we like things. Mitessh Thakkar is with us. Kush Bohra is with us as well. Gentlemen, good to have you with us here. Technical trading ideas in focus and the setup broadly. Mitessh, to you first. I mean, we'll basically open around very close to the 50-day moving average. What should one do? Wait for dips intraday to try and buy the market, or buy at those levels? I mean, if we get that 150-point higher start.
Morning, Prashant. I think buying on a mild dip may not be a bad idea. But basically, we have been trading with more of long bias. So I think, on the Nifty, I'm now looking at a target of around 17,580. So if you get an entry closer to about 17,400, 420 zones, after the gap up opening, if you get a 50, 45 point kind of a dip, use that to buy and keep a stop below 17,350. I think 17,580 should be the near-term target with a good chance of 17,750, 800 being visited. The financials and the bank Nifty should outperform as they've been doing for the last few days. A lot of buy calls on the banking side yesterday also and today also we have. But on the bank Nifty levels also, I'm looking at a 40,500 being tested. So yes, clearly trade with long bias and wait for a dip of about 45, 50 points post the opening to buy into indices.
All right, so 17,800 could be visited on the upside as well. Kush Bohra is with us. Kush, are you as optimistic? Do you think that the market is headed much higher, or would we stay in this range? And what are the markers, according to you, for both the Nifty as well as the Bank Nifty?
Sure. Hi, Sonia. First up, good morning, and thank you for having me on the show. Well, I am, a lot more optimistic, but just for the week, we might stay in the range. 17,500 is where we're opening, and if you look at the options data, then 17,000 put and 17,500 call have a very significant base. So while I may not look to go short because the global market momentum is also now adding to to the rally that we are seeing, but I would for now book profits at 17,500 levels and look to re-enter, as Mitessh said, maybe 50 or maybe 100 points lower from these levels. Now, one thing that I will also watch for is the 17,500 call option shedding any OI during the day. If that happens, then then a small window opens for 17,700, 17,800 levels. But if in case that doesn't happen, the 17,500 call witnesses a lot of strengthening, then we might perhaps be in the range at least for the week, as the weekly options data is indicating. One very good thing that has happened is the duo of crude and dollar index both have cooled off a little, and this could act as a much needed trigger for the Indian markets to rally higher. Bank Nifty obviously is doing a great things and will continue. 40,400, 40,500 is where we see the Bank Nifty headed. So stay long on Bank Nifty, but Nifty for now remains a hold.
Okay, all right. You've given us your view, Kush, on both the indices. What about individual stocks?
Sure. In fact, one of them is a stock that you discussed just a while back, which is Pidilite. The stock has formed a very strong base at 2,600 levels and is now seeing uptick with some good volumes. So this will remain a buy. For an interim basis, immediate basis, the target would be 2,750, and the support will be, or the stop loss in this case, would be 2,660. The second stock is something that I've discussed a couple of times over. HBL Power. The stock is showing very good traction. The volumes are also picking up. Here, the immediate target would be 130 and the stop loss would be 110.
And what about you, Mitessh?
I have all buy calls, couple of them from the banking side. ICICI Bank is a buy with a stop at 877 for targets of 909, and Bank of Baroda, we had a call yesterday as well, now can be bought afresh with a stop at 134 for targets of 142. That apart, BHL is making a very good price pattern. So this could go up to about levels of 68 to about 69 on the upside. That's a buy with a stop at 61.5. And Bharat Forge is a buy with a stop at 760 for targets of 800.